Fit like Abdi, Danny Boy here, and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2 on the UK map. It is episode 170, so 10 more episodes have been done. So it's time to do a drive-by. Now we're going to jump on this one, just to begin with. This is Tools London Hull, so this one will be heading down towards London. There might be a few trains en route. One of them should have been this one, but it's already arrived. Well done for you. But as per standard procedure, we're going to push this up. We're going to push play, and then we'll jump on board with our... This is one of the triple greys, which looks really nice. Actually, I really do like the triple grey livery. But yeah, this one is going to head on down, and we'll see how far we progress. Pushing on down to London. Might get slightly laggy down to beside London. As we all know, London is currently lag central. We've got a nice floating bridge pillar there. So how come that one is floating, right? But this one is here. This two here are virtually embedded into the bottom of the bridge. Who knows? There's a bear that was very lucky to escape with its life there. And we've got a really... Wow, that thing looks really beat up. I would imagine the one at the back does too. Yeah, super grimy. Rail freight distribution. The oil train has actually gone past the one that heads down to Peterborough. It has been and gone. There's a lot of oil there though, so I am thinking about getting a second one. Just duplicating the current train that is on there to get some more oil sort of pushed through. There's definitely demand for it. We're still kind of struggling with plastic. I mean, we've got the DHL air cargo on the go, which will bring plastic over from France, which is nice. And I think the one grain farm we've got over there will supply the alcohol and the good old plastic factory with no issue, hopefully. Right, so this train is currently crashed because it's just went through a steel beam that holds up the tannery. That's interesting. There's a Concorde flying way above the top. Now 60 miles per hour is not the Loco's top speed, but it is the PNA Flats top speed. So this is as fast as this train here will go. Some of the other trains that are carrying some of the newer sort of boxcars or container flats will go faster because they have a higher top speed, but our PNA stuff is all sort of down at the 60 odd miles per hour sort of zone. So we're passing this bridge. Now there'll be no train over this bridge because the train is actually behind this. What did we pass there? So there was nothing on the main line. And then we head down. I quite like this little area. From above it kind of looks like Spaghetti Junction, but it also looks kind of realistic as well. I don't know how to put it exactly, but I think it looks good either from above or below. Now there's a lot of grass here. I think definitely in the next few series I'll definitely get ballast or use the ballast paintbrush to sort of get rid of most of that grass because it seems a bit overgrown. Maybe for like older sort of lines the grass would be kind of cool, but yeah, there wouldn't be this much grass growing on a UK line that's still in operation. Definitely on like something like a siding or sidetrack that doesn't get used, or it's just basically used for storage. Right, there's no signal here for this train, which is odd. I think there probably should be. No, I want to go forward. Yeah. Because we might be potentially holding things up way back down the line. So I'll have to add a signal in there. I'll have to remember to do that. But the train does slow down significantly going through that junction, which is totally fine. There is something else heading in the other direction. Probably another Class 37. Is this a Class 37? I think it is. Or is that 47? Can't remember. I always get confused with the classes. No, the 47s are... Yeah, different. They are not these ones. Right, okay. So that was that train heading past. I didn't actually look to see what it was. I probably should have. And then under this bridge, now this is normally a sort of high traffic area, but yet again, my timing is terrible, and there's nothing going about. There's a lot of traffic, train traffic at least, on this map, but whenever I do a drive-by or jump on board a train, you never see anything. Everything is sort of gone, which is weird. It's actually super annoying because, well, even though this is nice, doing the drive along, yeah, see how laggy it's getting? Because we can see London in the distance. This is actually Luton that is just in front of us. London is behind it. So 60 miles per hour, that's a green light, so that's nice. So none of the new trains I added are anywhere to be seen. I mean, there should be like quite a lot of wood trains running up and down here. Well, maybe not wood, but at least planks. Yeah, here's something. So this is taking wood pulp. This train right here, and it's taking it round to Oxford to be changed into paper. Right, so you cleared your line. Perfect timing there, my friend. See, there's nothing else in the station. Everything else is sort of behind us. Now, the technical services train will be floating about somewhere. We'll definitely still have to pass that. It's not currently in the station yet, which is nice. Oh, there we go. There's something. Yeah, another wood train. That was is it DBS or DRS main line? So at least we saw something. That's good. Right, now we should be heading into London now. We're starting to see some of the buildings at the outskirts of London. This is one that I placed, right? Yeah. Where's the technical services train? Was it back in the station? I didn't even see it. Or where are we? Where is this? No, this is Luton West. We've still to continue on. Ah, okay. Right, got it. I thought this was London. As I say, that was like a really super short journey. It should have been way longer than that. Alas, it actually is, because we're not actually there. So that was my bad. So this thing is going to pick up tools. When I first clicked on the train, it had actually exactly 120 tools on it, heading back up. So this is now actually working, which is nice. It took a long time to get it to work, but it is now a thing that works, which is nice. There's the technical services train. There we go. Wait, why is that taking wood back? It should just be unloading wood at London, and that's it. For the tools factory. It's down here. There is a very slow plane on sort of approach there. I'm not sure what it is. I think it could be a cargo plane. It's too far west to be landing at the main passenger airport. But here we are. rolling into London. So we passed a few trains there, which was nice. See, that petrol station, or gas station mod, or the truck stop that you see there with the lights and stuff, that looks really cool. Especially in this view. There's another Concorde blistering across the sky there. And here we go. Yes, there are tools waiting. That's nice. And I need to set that technical services train to not take tools, right? That should probably be a thing. Right, so we have arrived. There's the UPS truck. Ooh, and we're into 1998. So, we will check everything out later, right? We won't check anything out just now. Now we're already into 1998, which is fine. The other train I wanted to jump on was the Bristol train. I don't know where it currently is. I think it's quite a long... It's actually just left. It's just left here, right? So we will take this down to, I don't know, 2 times speed. We'll jump on board. Yeah. And then push play. It's virtually just left Bristol as we speak, and then it's heading back towards London, which was almost perfect timing. Well, it was perfect timing to see this thing. Our parcel services. These trains load from the back, which I find odd. But it's okay. Now this should be, for all intensive purposes, high-speed freight. Because both the train and the container wagons do 95 miles per hour. Wow, look at that car, it just glitched out. And you can virtually see the people floating. That was weird. Right, we're going to have to wait for that other train to leave. Which is okay, I suppose. Right, off we go. I would imagine we're going to have to stop again. Unless that train can really floors it. I mean, if it gets... No, it has to stop at this station, and I think we have to stop potentially behind it. So it would have been nice if our freight train would have been allowed to go first. That's unfortunate. Oh well. At least we get to see another train going past. Basically, the train that's in front of us, it's his opposite number. Or her opposite number. Nice. So you cruise past. There should be an intercity. Or a 125. Floating about here somewhere. I don't know where it currently is. This train doesn't look as full as the one that was heading to London, but that's okay. So off he goes. The other train is departed in front of us. Fingers crossed that I have placed a signal quite close to where the station is. Or we're virtually just going to be stopped again at the edge of the station. Because the stations in Transport Fever 2 have their own built-in signal system. You can't see it, but it is there. It would be nice, because you do see in real life stations the little signals at the bottom of platforms, or just as they come into platforms. It would be cool if they'd like sort of integrated that. I mean, I don't know if it's something you've got everywhere, but I've definitely seen them in the UK. I mean, you would see them mostly in like subway stations as well. Just at the edge of the platform, at the edge of where the tunnel starts, there's always a little signal box. going in and out of the station. Right, so I did place a signal pretty close. Unfortunately, it made us slow down. Now, the other train's not slowing down for anything though. It should be carrying its speed. So I'm hoping by the time we get to the next one, it is past the one in front of that. And we'll have smooth sailing. Okay, the signal in front of us is still red. I don't know if you guys can see that. I can. Now it's changed to green. That's sweet. I mean, are all train signals green and red? That would kind of suck if you were colorblind, especially with green and red. I have a friend who's colorblind and he's really bad with green and red. I think that's the most common one, is it? I can't remember. There we go. Yeah, so that train in front has built up significant speed and it's managing to cruise past all the traffic lights, or all the signals or semaphores, before we actually get to them. Not traffic lights. Traffic lights are for roads. Yeah, semaphores. Right, so we're going to pass this one. It's up to 86, 87, 88. There's a deer, or a stag. 90. It should do 95, right? It might actually do 95. So this is, I would go as far as to say, probably the fastest freight train I've got on the map. Probably. Definitely. Right, so we're up to 95. Did you split off here, or do you just go straight on? No, you just go straight on. So it's now going at full steam, which is excellent. I would imagine, though, that the train in front of us, though, has to stop at Luton. And we're bearing down on it quite quickly, so we'll probably have to stop again. Alright, through the... There should be, like, tons of trains on here. I know one is in front of us, and I know we've passed one. And I know a lot of the freight trains, some of them do divert round the backside of Luton to go to the freight station. But where are the rest? Again, just typical bad luck timing. Yeah, we're going to have to stop because this train is now stopped. And then we've got that super awesome Transport Fever 2 aggressive braking there. Holy crap, that thing just went from 95 to 0 in like no time at all. Right, we've got floating people on platform 9. And we've got walking, levitating people on platform 10. Cool. Why the levitation? Is this the Harry Potter platform? Something in 3/4 or whatever the hell the platform is. Right, so that train should clear the opposite end of the station and then it'll should let us go. Actually, I didn't see the signal there. Although I was loving that guy's off-brand Adidas jacket back there. There's a few people with off-brand Adidas jackets. Right, the autosave is in effect. And we're back in action. So, I've been pausing the recording during the autosaves because now that we've got so much stuff on the map, they do take a long time. Hopefully they won't take too long a time when the new computer is finally built. So I have mentioned this before, I am doing a new build, a new gaming PC build. I've got 90% of the parts. I've got the new case, I've got the motherboard. This time I've decided to go with AMD. which will be completely new. So I have a 5900X on pre-order, and I just need to get I'm going for the Asus Strix 3080 GPU. Now the CPU and the GPU are super difficult to get a hold of right now. Any of you other guys or gals out there that have been building PCs know this. There's an extreme shortage. I mean, I was going to get my little brother an Xbox Series X for his Christmas. That proved difficult. I was going to get myself a PS5. That's also proven super difficult. I mean, a lot of the other parts that I wanted for this build were out of stock in many retailers, and it was a case of signing up for their email notifications. The motherboard was super difficult to get hold of. I've actually got that now. So the only two things I'm missing, which are the main things, the GPU and the CPU. After they've arrived, I mean, I'm happy to wait till the end of the year, possibly into next year. I mean, I'm going to be running this series to the end on the PC that I've currently got. And then new Transport Fever series will be on the new computer build. Now, the thing is, Mars Horizon won't take me long to finish. In fact, I'm actually way ahead at recording Mars Horizon. It's a lot of fun, that game. I mean, it seems really repetitive doing the tasks and the satellite missions and stuff, but it's actually a lot of fun. I've been having a super amount of fun playing it, so I've almost actually completed that game and finished the recording for it. And then I was going to do the Mega Aquarium, but the actual Mega Aquarium build with tons of mods and stuff. A series that I never got finished the last time because there were some issues with the staff. So you couldn't have unlimited staff before, and you couldn't have them have like full movement speed and full training before. The mods for that are now on the Steam Workshop, which should make it really, really easy to keep a decent aquarium going. Because the problem I had was when I was building it, lots of things were dying because they couldn't get fed. Other fish were eating, bigger fish were eating smaller fish, and it was a disaster just because I did not have the staff. Right, we are into June of 1999. I see a lot of buses. Right, so we'll jump on something else. In fact, what I'd like to jump on... Hey, wait. You've got green containers. Evergreen. Are you actually going to get full load? Interesting. Right, what I wanted to jump on, because I thought it would be cool, is our DHL air cargo. It is currently not ready for boarding. It's currently in mid-flight. And then we'll do that, and then we will go and check everything that we have sort of got currently at the moment. So I'll pause the recording here, and then we'll go and jump onto that plane once it's ready, or once it's on the runway ready to take off. Probably from Birmingham. No, probably from Cali, because it's heading there now. So, we are back in action. Right. The plane is here. There's another plane landing behind it. It looks pretty nice with the DHL trucks in the background. Yeah, I knew it was going to drive through that cargo loading building. There's no plastic here for it yet, but that's okay. These guys are handling the goods just fine. Now, it's going to come onto the grass, unfortunately. We could probably use a shader or something to take out that grass. I quite like the grass, but hey-ho. Yeah, so we're ready to jump on with our DHL. It does have I was going to say, it should be higher up, right? Because the cockpit of the 747 is pretty high, we'll say. Alright, windsock is in imminent danger there. Okay, the windsock survived. We're definitely on the grass here, which is lined up beautifully and ready to go. So I'm interested to see the takeoff distance of this thing. It did actually come a complete stop before setting off. So yeah, back to the computer build. I'm happy to leave it till like the start of January. Because I still don't have the CPU and GPU. Now I have been I managed to get a lot of the computer parts on sort of decent Black Friday deals, even though some of them were still the standard price. A lot of companies were throwing in things like free shipping, and it basically took a computer that, when I checked on PC Part Picker, it was going to cost something like £3,500 to build, and I've managed to get it down to like 2,500. So I saved myself like £1,000. And we've still got Cyber Monday, the after the holidays sales. Unfortunately, things like 3080 GPUs and new CPUs, especially the AMD ones, are not going to be on sale. They're brand new. You don't take things that are basically just like in its first couple of months of sale and then put it on sale, especially if there's really short supply of that particular product. You're going to sell it at full price. So I've narrowed a few places down for the GPU that have got decent prices. There are tons on eBay and Amazon that are basically like touters. Stay away from them. Don't give them... If I was ever to give anyone buying advice, it would never be to buy anything from a touter. There's a guy I know, who I used to go to school with, who was a really nice guy at school, and his family was extremely wealthy. Now he's went and bought something like, I think it's like 9 PlayStation 5s he managed to get a hold of, and he's selling them for £1,000 each. Now this is a guy whose family are multi-millionaires, and it's so wrong. He absolutely got destroyed on Facebook. He actually had to remove the posts for selling them because he was actually getting like death threats and stuff. So that I don't agree with. I mean, when he was in one of our group WhatsApps, he was like, it was an easy way to make a quick load of money. It's like, but you don't need money. There are people whose like kids and stuff will be gonna have a super crap Christmas because they never got a PS5. I mean, in the grand scheme of what's happening in the world today, not getting a PS5 or Xbox on Christmas Day is low down in the pecking order, especially since like we've got this health pandemic. People are dying. People are not even going to be with their families for Christmas. So I am happy to wait. It doesn't bother me at all. I mean, obviously I'd like to start the new year because I've got some plans for the channel, and I'd like to start the new Transport Fever 2 series at the start of the next year. I'd like to finish maybe Anno. I'd like to keep playing Soviet Workers and Republic. That's probably going to stay in the channel for a while, but get some new games on the go and play it on the new PC. But I am happy to wait. I'm not going to spend ridiculous amount of money, but you shouldn't have to. You should just wait. I mean, I would never do anything like that. So buy something and then sell it for an extreme jacked up price. Normally if I get something and I don't need it, I just sell it for the price, or if someone's like desperately in need of it, it's like, I'll knock like $50 off it. There you go. Enjoy. So yeah, but I am happy to wait. It does kind of suck. So I noticed the other day that as well that one of the subs, Grant, posted a comment saying that Transport Fever had, I think it was a certain amount of money off in Steam Workshop for Black Friday. I'm not sure if it still is, but if you've ever thought about getting games and stuff and you've always sort of been, but it's too costly, definitely check out Steam Workshop and your Epic Game Store and stuff, because there's lots of decent games in there that are now definitely not as expensive as they were before. I mean, games like this is a year old now, so it's only going to really come down in price, but if you can get it for even cheaper on a deal, then definitely go for it. I know there are a lot of concerns out there, especially with Transport Fever 2, about system requirements. I've been on the forums many times, and there are some comments that you see that are like true to fact. Like the basic requirements that it says on Steam are probably, I think they've just been a bit too lax with that. They should actually say, like when you look at the Cyberpunk 2077 requirements, or is it 2077? What is Cyberpunk? It will actually say like, hey, this game needs high-end computers to run smoothly at 4K. It actually says that you should basically have like a 2070 Super in one of the descriptions. It does have it does give you the requirements for playing it at 1080p, etc, etc, but it actually truthfully says these are the sort of high-end components you're going to need to run this at what you would like to run it. Transport Fever just sort of gives you a basic, and then you see in the forums like, well, the basic that they have described is you could probably run 2 large cities on a small map, which if you're into high detail, and I've seen a lot of people doing high detail in videos and they've got trains running between 1 and 2 cities, and with the amount of high detail and involved, it probably took them absolutely ages. And it looks really good as well. It looks super realistic with the trams and the trees and the buildings, the sort of walls and the sort of foliage they've got placed around the map. But running a game with trains or other vehicles between 2 cities, if you weren't doing high detail, would become super boring after a while. I mean, this computer I've got is old now. It's still running i7, 1080 MSI, or a 1080 Super, or not 1080 Super, whatever. It's like there's 40 odd cities on this map, and it's a mega sized map, and it's not completely dead yet. When we were getting to the end of the Steam age, there were so many vehicles, lots of them were trucks, old school trucks in Transport Fever. You need a lot of them because they're so slow and they have so low capacity. There were so many road vehicles on the map, literally thousands. At one point there was 5,000. And that absolutely destroys your CPU, RAM, etc. But yeah, they should have really said like more, if you wanted to play like a medium-sized map with something like 10 cities, which was something like most people would probably go for, they should have really done the requirements for that. But if Transport Fever is a game you've been thinking about getting, it is, or it was on sale, then you should definitely get it. It's lots of fun. There's lots of mods being added to the workshop each time, so it's got lots of replayability. There's always new mods. You can do whatever countries you want, use whatever trains or buses, etc. But now we are in 2000, so it's time to go and check and see what vehicles we actually won, or what we have to play with in the next 10 episodes. Okay, let's start off with ships. Let's see if we got any new ships in the ship department. So let's go passengers to start with. So there's a few things there. We've got the Soldier Lines, the Finjet Dunkler Anstrich, and the Finjet, the aircraft carrier. Yeah, it looks like the World Jet and stuff was added. The World Jet Marine. Let's go to cargo. The Merlin, the Axel, these are all still the same, I think. We've got the Voltrons, but we've got the Hercules, which is the larger one, 1990. Yeah, so nothing new, or nothing that sort of we can use for ships at the moment. Let's go with the road vehicles, right? So go to buy vehicles. Right, we've definitely got some new stuff here. Go to passengers. We've got the Volvo 7700 City Bus. So that's definitely new. In different colours. I like this blue one. Z. We've got the Maz 103. So that is Russian. The Plaxton Pointer. The GPT Volvo 5000. First Glasgow Starline Premier. Starline Premier 19 route branding. The Volvo 5000 early livery. So there's a lot of buses. Oh yes. The Isuzu Egra, old version. Okay, so there's a lot in the old bus department. Cargo, now there's definitely some more stuff here. MAN trucks, which we've basically got, but we've got a grain MAN truck, which would be cool. Yeah. These, I remember these from Transport Fever 1. These were like really... there's the one with the trailer though. And there's a sort of smaller one. Yeah. That takes grain. So they're pretty cool. We've also got Scania trucks as well. So we've got MAN and Scania. Nothing else in the DMA road vehicles. We've got the Volvo MN16, which is pretty cool. We've got the tipper, the tanker, the stake, and the box. Anything else? Yeah, we've got Krone trailers for the Volvos as well. Krone ASG, so most of these are foreign. Well, not UK. Enterprise, Ewalls, Nagel. You get a lot of these in the UK. Nagel Group, Planzer, Walters. Okay, so there's a lot of trucks there, which are nice. We'll get most of, or some of them at least, used up. So that was road vehicles. Now I want to check the old planes. We'll check trams quickly since we're sort of in the area. The Cali tram depot is there. So the Skoda 10T is available. Yeah. So that's the new, I think that's like the last, or possibly one of the last trams that you get. Let's check the good old passengers. Right, we actually want to see the planes. So anything new here? Recolorable Airbus A320s. That's all the different variants. We've got, I think there's a different livery. No. The Tupolevs, the Embraer, East Regional. These look like Mountain Star. These look like they could be American. North there. But there is some generic recolorable ones. So there's the E190, E170, and we've got recolораbles. So that's nice. The 737-700. Okay, 737-700 pack. So Transavia, EasyJet, TUI. I've not seen this one. Corendon. Yeah, the Bombardier is available, the Q400, and the Sukhoi Superjet is there as well. Let's check out cargo. Right, so all this we've sort of seen before. The 5 variants of this are still the same. There is a FedEx DC-10, which I'm quite tempted to use somewhere, and I probably will use it somewhere. The Boeing 737-700 cargo and the Bombardier cargo. Right, so they are all the planes. Now we need trains, right? So let's see which trains we've got to play with. Where am I going? Because there's a train depot right there. Right, buy vehicles. Let's start with Steam. Yeah, that thing is still there. 8 variants of this. Yeah, so there's a new one. The Institute of Logistics and Transport. The BR Class 92. Right, there should still be all the same variants of this. Is there any more variants of that? Yeah, the Anglia with Union Jack and Anglia. So they're new. Right, there's definitely more variants of this, because these were the last 2. So Rail Express Systems, Virgin Trains, the Big Dish, Virgin Trains, Freightliner, Freightliner Unbranded, and Great Northeastern Railways. Okay, 7 variants of that. Right, so we've got the GNER, Great Northeastern Railways. I'm imagining that there will be possibly this is electrics, right? That's fine. The BR185. So I imagine that there should be wagons for that as well. So the Class 66 Freightliner Racing Green. I think we've got Class 66, right? Whoa. Now we've got Class 58. Okay, right, hold on. So 5 variants of this. This is all the same. Oh no, there's an England, Wales, Scotland one, and then we've got the Network Rail from previously. The NOHAB we're not really going to use. I think there's still 64. I think there were previously 64 variants of that. The peaks should all be the same. 28 variants of this. Anything new here? Yeah, so the Royal Scotsman EWS Maroon. This was the last one we had. The 37 EWS. EWS Red. The Clag Monster. What is that? The Slug 6 and the original DRS. Okay. 25 variants of this. Ooh, right. So we've got... These were the last ones. EWS Red. Virgin Trains Unbranded, Virgin Trains Unbranded with Freightliner logos, with EWS logo, Virgin Cross Country, Anglia, First Great Western with the solid gold stripe, with Fragon set lettering. Okay. Unbranded, and the Sapper. Okay. Power cars. Right, so we've got the Virgin ones. We've got the Cotswold and Hornby liveried. First Great Western with gold stripe. Great Northeastern Railways. Lots of Great Northeastern Railways. Virgin. And then I think we're straight up back into Intercity. Yes, we are. So the first Great Western in purple has not arrived yet. The Class 56, the Class 58, these are all still the same. The Class 37, yeah, Star of the South, Star of the East, Big Slug. It's actually got a picture of a slug on it. Nice. The Laforge Corn. Knuckle couplers. Huh. Right, the Class 67 unbranded. English, Wales, Scottish Railways, Intercity, Rail Freight Distribution. And the 246. Okay, right, passenger wagons. 18 variants of that. I think these, yeah, we've got Anglia, Buffet Car, Arriva Trains, Wales, Driving Brake Van, West Coast Railways. Why is that in there? From 1998, that seems weird. Right, so we've definitely got Great Northeastern Railways with the driving vans as well. Check out the 31 in here. Some of these possibly will be new. Yeah, Virgin Trains and First Great Western with the gold stripe. I think all the rest is pretty much the same. Yeah, and these had the Great Northeastern. Cargo. Ooh, right, we've got a boxcar. 99 miles per hour. Carries 25. So that's okay. I should probably go to the top because you often get things popping up at the top. 6 variants of that. Yeah, the China Clay, English China Clay. That's due. 15 variants of this. I think these are all still the same. They are. 12 variants of that. They're all still the same. Right, the container wagon Freightliner empty. Okay, so these have got different stuff on them. 5 variants of that as well. Flat car with stakes gondola. HHA Freightliner. 75 miles per hour, and it carries more stuff. And a tank car. I think this is a standard in-game tank car. But anywho, let's go to electrical multiple units. Right, I've just seen something there that makes me super happy. So these 6 coach, regional railways, express, central, generic, and lots of Virgin. The Arriva Big N, WYPT, West Yorkshire and something. 4 variants of this. Southwest Trains. The TGV, the ICE 1. These are all still the same, right? Yeah. Recolorable. First Northwestern. Northwestern trains debranded. Right, there's 50 variants of this. The Gatwick Express, Great Northern, Great Western Railways, whoa, mixed London Northwestern Railways and London Midlands, Thames Link, 4 car with the Horizon livery, Trans Perth, NHS, lots of NHS variants, Silver Link. Right, so there's a lot of stuff going on here. The Stansted Express. Right, this is what I'm interested in. The 3 capitals set. The Eurostar, right? So we've got the 373 short and North of London set. Which one is the one we want? Who knows? Add one of them. How long are you? 423 meters. So you are not the one. Let's add the short. 259. You will be the one. Right, the BR class. 3 car set, 4 car set. Man, there's a lot of stuff here. Lots of new stuff to play with. Let's go to diesels. Head up. Right, we've got the Voyagers. These are all still the same. 21 and 12 and 19. They've not changed. 8 variants of that. Voyager DME, diesel electric multiple unit, Intercity, Virgin. I think Cross Country have this as well, don't they? Because there's a Cross Country one. There. Maybe it pops out later. I want this dynamic lines, but I want it with the proper carriages. Chiltern Railways, M40, Connex Sprinter. Yeah, so there's definitely new ones in here as well. First Great Eastern. First Northwestern, National Express, ScotRail. These 9 are still the same. These 2 and these 7. Right, we've got Great Northeastern Railways with white logo, the 170 Turbo Star, and 4 liveries. CT livery, AR, MM, and Southwest Trains. Virgin Cross Country. Oh my god. There's so much stuff. Turbostar 2 car. Right. Clubman. Okay, so we've got a lot of stuff, which is fine. But we shall leave it there for that episode. As always, if you did watch this and you would like to leave a like, comment, or dislike, please feel free to do so. We'll just jump on a train. Why not? And if there is more you would like to see in the future, then hit a subscribe button. But I've been Danny Boy. This has been Transport Fever 2 on the UK map. And I will catch you later.